again, if I had this to do over again, I would put this wall entirely together before I put the hinge on, because now I got to try to get up in here. Welcome back to the workbench, where I try to make things. And what I'm continuing to try to make today is Kai's Gothic Castle Book Nook. And the folks over at Kai were nice enough to send this over to us so we could take a look at it. And if you'd like to build along yourself, there's a link down in the description where you can get your own. We are getting close to having this thing finished, actually. We just finished, let me see, putting together basically the main structure of the second wall, I guess, which is right here. I think this is where we finished up. Yes. In fact, now where we're at is right here. Here we go. So we're going to connect this wall. Let me show you. In fact, let me pull this clip off where I had that gluing. We're going to connect this wall or wing or whatever we want to call that, I guess, to the main structure, which is over here. So we've got this big main structure that already has one wing on it, as you can see. We got to connect the next one, but first I think, let's see, what are we doing? No, that's pretty much what we're straight away doing. Okay, and if you were here for when we put the first wing on, or the first wall on, you know, this could be difficult. It's a lot. It's a little tough. Now let's see what they want us to do. So we got one. We do this first. Second, okay, first they want us to slide this together. Now this wall or wing, not quite as complicated. You know, I need to put, it's saying do that first, second, and then third. Okay, I'm gonna do it in the order they say. First thing they say to do is to put the hinges together. So for those that didn't see the first time we did this, let me see if I can show you. So we've got a tab up here, and then we've got like a double tab down here. And that's where we've got a long rod that is going to go through that. This wire should not, you know, before I do this, I've got a wire that needs to be tucked down through here. I better do it now before I can't in the future. Let me lay this down and get that wire through there. Otherwise, we're going to have a real problem when it comes to wiring this thing up. In fact, I had these wires taped. I think I'm going to re-tape them. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have any tape in here, do I? I had to take the tape away for a little project my daughter was doing, and now I don't have any tape. So we'll just have to hope and keep these pulled down in here. We definitely don't want to lose that. Okay, I'll just fold them back like so. Now let's go ahead and get these hinge points kind of located in here. That goes under this top one. Let me make sure you guys can see. This top one goes on the underside of this. Learned that from the first go round. I'm hoping this will be a little bit easier because I've done it once. And like I said, this is a much more simpler wall. It doesn't have all the wiring and lighting. And sorry, you're not, if you want to see the face cam, you're gonna have a castle in the way, I'm afraid. But anyways, let's see. So it says number 2, put this long rod in, which is now behind here that I can't reach. Where is it at? Here it is. We've got a long rod, and then we've got, I think, 3. I'm trying to reach around this and I cannot. Here they are. We've got 3 grommets, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Can't really see the instructions at the moment. Yeah, that's right. And so we need to put, okay, so we're going to put the rod through. Let me see. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Maybe if I lay it down. That's one of the problems I have, is not only do I have to actually make this happen, but I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm even doing here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we're going to go with the rod in the top first. See if I can blindly hit that hole. And then the hard part was getting it through all the different holes. You got to kind of get it lined up. Come on. There we go. Okay, and now I think what I need to do, I'm going to peek through here so I can see the instructions. Yeah, I want to put a grommet on. Oh, this has actually come loose here. That's okay. I'm just going to let it be for now. Yeah, there's not much that really holds that. You know what I'm going to do? Tell you what, yeah, see, so this is coming loose on me. So what I think I'm going to do, let me pull it loose, because that's what's holding, it's holding the wall onto this hinge that we're doing. So let me go ahead and put some CA glue on this. See if I can get it to hold a little bit. I'm going to kind of put it right by the tabs. Try to catch this middle section here. But I want to do this first because I really do want to keep this in place. I've already got the, okay, so let me hold it and then let me see if I can spray. There we go. See if that'll hold for us. I'm going to hold it just a second while that cures. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. Now we got to send it down. We've actually got a hole right here that we're going to have to hit this wire, or rod, I should say, the metal rod through. Right there. Now I need to keep moving this little grommet or rubber ring upways. And then where do the other ones go? Let me see if I can see. We're going to have one. Oh, we need one. Whoops. No. Yes. No. Oh, that's okay. Sorry, I'm looking through the window right here to look at the instructions. We actually have a grommet that's going to go down here, and then I think, yeah, and then on the other side, they're going to go on either side here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just push this on down. And we're now at the point where I had a lot of difficulty last time. Now again, this one's a little easier because I can get to stuff a little bit easier. Just because there's not as much going on. I can actually get my fingers in here on this side. The other side, I couldn't. Where's the hole? Is that it? Wait. If I can get it to hit that hole. Come on. Let me see. What do I have that? I'm just going to use an X-Acto to try to kind of bump that over a little bit. It's down, I think. Come on. Get in there. There it went. Okay. But obviously it went too far. I've got to back that out a little bit, but I don't want to pull it. I've got the thickness of this wood to work with, because next I've got to hit through this hole. Then we'll put our, oh, did I need to put a grommet? I think I should have had a grommet on too. Dang it. Yeah, okay, so I've got to pull it out. I have to do that again. Now this was my fault. Okay, let me, I have to stand up because I can't see, and I want you guys to be able to see here. If I can pick up, there we go. Just need to get this grommet on there. Okay, there we go. Now we got to get it back in that hole again. We did it once, we can do it again. There we go. And now I've got to go through the holes in this guy. You can see how it's trying to just push. Maybe you can't. Let me turn this a little bit more so you can see it's trying to just push, push that out. I need to go way in. I wonder if I need to fold. I'm going to have to fold this in, I think, to make this happen. What am I hitting on? There we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to kind of pull it in like so. No, that didn't. I need it to go way in there. There we go. Is that? See if I can hold it in place with my left hand. Yeah, this is definitely the hardest part, is hitting this hole right here, right down in there, because it's kind of blind. What I need to do, what can I use to hold this up? Let me just set something underneath it like that. And then, what do I have I can push? About a file. Nice thin file. I need to push this back. From what I can tell, it's not far enough. The wire, the rod, I should say, is not far enough that way. I don't know how to make that necessarily happen. Can I pull, the next thing is, can I kind of just pull this over like this? Not really. Trying to see where that's at. I need to come. It's so hard to see. I cannot, for the life of me, see where I'm missing from. I really think it needs to just be pushed that way. The rod does. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Maybe I need to just try to close it up. Is that how we get it to hit? Nah. Now I think I pulled it. Now I think I pulled it out. Yeah, I pulled it out of the first hole. Yeah, this will try your patience, that's for sure. I knew this was gonna be the case coming in. Oh, there it went. Okay, I don't know how it happened. I kind of just pushed and pulled, and it happened. I'm not gonna argue. I'm just gonna go with it. I need to put this grommet or rubber ring or whatever you call this in here on this side. Try to just keep pushing it there. Okay, now we got to just make it through the next holes, which shouldn't be as hard because you would think it would kind of have it lined up for you. It's real close. In this one, I can see where we need to go with it. Here's my little hammer. I'm going to see if I can. I need to go up a little bit with this one. Come on. Looks like it's on the hole to me. Did that go? I think it did. I think what I'm going to do now is stand it up. Okay, stand it up. Put this flat on the table. Let me move some stuff around. I'm going to put this flat on the table, so now I can bang this all the way flat, all the way through flat to the table. Like that. I think that's how that's going to go, right? Yeah. Okay. And then I need to move. I guess I can lay it back down. I need to slide the grommets where they go. And I definitely learned the lesson on this one is to hold the top of the rod when you move these grommets. Where did my, I use this. Because the first time I did, I moved the grommets and it slid the rod right back out and had to do it all over again. Okay, so that's got that hinged. All right, and then next we got to put the pieces on, which seems like we should have already done, but I'm going in the order they told us to do this. Let me close that side up. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a booger, I'm afraid. Okay, well, let's see. We've got these are the two pieces here. This has to go in this way. Yeah, this way. It's gonna. Yeah, it seems like we should have put these on first, but it says do it third. This is gonna be. Oh no, this is gonna be. What? No way. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do this, is there? How am I gonna even get this in here? Why would it say? I knew I should have gone probably with my instinct. And done this, yeah. Well, let's just see if we can do it. I would do this part first, if I were you. Let's see if we can get this. No, that's, first of all, I'm not even putting it in the right way. Which way does this go? Yeah, it goes this way. Where is the, okay, I see, it goes there. Yeah, I definitely should have done this first, but now I've got the hinge in. I'm not crazy, right? Can everybody else see? That does say to go like third. Third is putting these pieces in, right? Here's the 3. I would have definitely done this very first thing before I did anything, quite honestly. But let me see if I can get it. Where's my, oh my God, this is, and I don't want to take this hinge back apart. You know what I mean? Because that was, I don't want to go through that hassle again. So let me see if I can get this back in here. Can I get to it from the back easier, maybe? What if I kind of close? Oh, maybe that's how I can do it. If I close, okay, hold on. I might be an idiot. I mean, I know I'm an idiot, but I might be more of an idiot than I thought I was. Now I've got this stuck in there. There we go. I think if we close this, is this closing up for us? There we go. You got to kind of lift the little bat wings a little bit, I think. What's holding it? What is hitting this side? Something's not right here. I don't think that's supposed to, do I have this right? I've got to look at this because this is not. Yeah, how are you supposed to, how does this close? Because it hits here. It hits all these pieces hit together. Did I do something? Don't tell me I did something wrong here. There's no other place for that to go. Yeah, that's in the right hole, the correct hole. I'm not sure I understand how. Can you guys, let me show you what I'm dealing with here. So we've got these 2 parts hitting. I'm assuming this is supposed to go underneath that. And then it's just hitting right there. So it's all just a little too high or something. All this should close in together. But everything's kind of hitting. What are we hitting down on the bottom? Okay, it just slides heavier. This has to go up like that, and then this. Okay, it eventually came together. All right, I guess it just took a little doing. And then now I think I can put these pieces in the back a lot easier. Yeah, we can just slide this in here. Like this, I guess. Yeah. I think a lot easier. Yeah, I would have absolutely have done this first. I think would have definitely been the better game plan. I think this needs to kind of tuck in behind that piece is why it's not wanting to go. Oh man. This is silly. This should have definitely been done before, not number 3. It should have been done number 1. So if you're building along at home, just keep that in mind. I would do this a little out of order of what the instructions say. Okay, get in there. There, I think that's kind of where it's supposed to sit. Now, before we lose it, let's put this guy on that's going to go this way. And this is what is going to sandwich that piece in. Need to hit this top guy here. This is what's going to hold that down, I think, below the piece that we were hitting. If I can get it to go down there. Yeah, see, it's just sitting. It's sitting high. I wonder if I just need to. there, I think I felt that go a little bit. I think it was just sitting a little too high. There it went. Okay. Now that might kind of hold that. Yeah, that's going to hold that down below now. So this should hinge a lot easier. Okay. Nice. Okay. Very good. And then you got to just kind of, the bottom just kind of slides together. Kind of tough. Oh, I always forget you got to do that. You got to lift your little bat wings to get it to close all the way, just like that. Okay, good. It's closing up. Okay, I feel better. We've got it. It took some doing, but now what we need to do is connect this to the bat wing, like we did basically on the other side. Okay, so, and then, oh, actually, you know what we need to do first? We're supposed to glue these pieces in. Okay. We got to glue these pieces in just down, right down here. Let's see which one goes where. This one goes here and that one there. So let me go ahead and just glue these in. I'm going to use some white glue and we can let them hopefully glue up while we're doing the rest of the work on here. Okay. I think what I'll do, just so they don't move, make sure they're where they're supposed to go, which is there. This needs to go, I think, probably flat to that. Like, no, actually it hangs over, doesn't it? Let me see. Pick that up again. Yeah, it hangs over a little bit. Okay. What I'll do is go ahead and just clamp them down. Make sure they're where they're supposed to be. But I'll clamp them in place so we don't move them around while we're working. So that one goes right there. Yep. I can get a clamp on it. There we go, right there. And now this one. Which way is this? Oh, yeah, I guess it has to go this way. This one goes right there. Okay, like that. Like that. Okay. Now we need to do the little, there's a little wire that is going to be used to connect. Let me make sure. Let me get in frame for you guys. This thing's so tall, it's hard to keep it on screen. There's a little wire that's going to connect here to the bat wing. And I just want to, so you know, here you can see what we're doing right here. In the bag, all I had left was a long rod. We're supposed to have a short one. So, I mean, I didn't have any more short. There were no more short rods in the bag, and I had an extra long one. So what I did is I just took my angle cutter, my angle cutters, where they, you know, my Knipex, and I just cut a piece that we're going to use as a short one. So I basically didn't get exactly the right parts, you know, in the kit, but I made it work. So there was enough material there to make it work, but just so you know, I had to do that. I had to cut a piece. So we put a grommet on top and a grommet on bottom to hold this. Hopefully I didn't cut it too long. I don't think it'll get in the way. I mean, I could cut it shorter, I guess. How short is the one? You know what? I am going to cut it shorter. I cut it awfully long. I didn't really know how long to cut it because I didn't have one to use anymore. But basically, yeah, I just just close your eyes. You know, safety squints, and hopefully you don't get nailed in the face with it. And let's put this through this side. Okay, that's got that. And then like all the rest, I'm going to go ahead and put a drop of CA glue on this top. grommet here just to try to hold that in place. Because I noticed that they like to kind of slide off. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that. And then we've got a few pieces that need to go on this guy. So let me slide this back. Like, where can you guys see? I wish I could lay it down, but I really can't anymore. So it's going to go here. And basically we have this big piece that goes this way. And where does it go on? Oh, it goes on up top. Why didn't we do all this before we put the wall on? I think if I had this to do over again, I would put this wall entirely together before I put the hinge on. Because now I got to try to get up in here and put this stuff together like this, which is a little awkward. Not gonna lie. I've got all the hinge stuff now that I don't want to mess up. I don't want to bend or anything. Oops, I just kind of got, okay. That goes like that, and then is there, yeah, I think it's supposed to tie in to this piece, is that right? Yeah, right there, okay. As soon as I've got it, I'll show you what I'm even working on. I know it's hard to see. I wish I could lay it down. Let me see if I can. Can I kind of lay it like this? There you can see the piece that I'm trying to get in here. Is that going on? I can't tell. It gets very fragile feeling. You know what I mean? Like you're having to push and pry on things, but I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt something. Yeah, this needs to go up here. There we go. Okay. Got that. And then we have this that goes right here. Here. And again, I probably should have put these on first. Did it tell me to? No. I probably should have put these on before I attached it to the wall. All right, we got it. And oh, whoops. I did need to put this on first. That was dumb. Let me pull that back out. There's a little kind of some wings that go on here. Yes. Oh, I see. It's the wings of a dragon. I just realized that's even a dragon. And now let's put this back on. Like so. And then that has us done for this part of the equation. I've got to leave this open because I've got the clamps on there. Is that kind of pulling should be pulling the wings. They kind of droop a little bit, but they still look kind of cool, and they're cool in the middle there, I guess. Like that. All right. I know you guys can't see it at all. Maybe if I lay it down, it'll hold itself. There we go. Now, there we go. That's got I think basically the full structure done. Let me take a look here. I think we might, we're going to have we're going to have plastic pieces we've got to put together on that side for all the spires and whatnot, I guess you'd call them. We're going to do that next time. I'll get all these plastic pieces prepped, ready to go, put together, and we'll be able to get those in. And then I think the last thing we're going to do, pretty much the last thing we're going to do is wire this up, and then just a few little pieces that need to go on at the end. But basically we've got 2 more days, two more episodes. We'll have this done. We'll do plastic pieces tomorrow, and then we'll do wiring the day after, and any final little touches that need to be done, and that'll have it done. That'll have it finished. So I hope you've enjoyed this build. It's been different. It's definitely a different type kit than I've ever done as far as these go, especially with all the plastic pieces and the hinge kind of stuff that's going on. Definitely different than anything that I've done. Let me know what you think down in the comments, especially if you're building along. Let me know what you're thinking, if how it's going for you. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow to do the final bit of the build of it, I guess, before we actually. And this Should be, I need to look and see what's going on here. I need to glue this down. I think that's the, this is really moving. I'm gonna glue that down in between episodes, but I'll see you then. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all those things you do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.